Thanks for joining ArgoCast. I'm John Webb. The university is expected to move forward with formal requests for proposals to explore outsourcing options and facility services as early as this week. This is their next step in addressing the projected $22 million deficit by fiscal year 2022. According to a memo obtained by the Argonaut, the university will accept formal requests for proposals from commercial providers for 4 specific units: facility services, administrative operations, auxiliary services, and the Student Recreation Center. Director of Communications Jody Walker said outsourcing does not mean layoffs, but a focus on the overall management of the services themselves. Walker said if the university chooses to move forward with outsourcing, it would only impact a small percentage of employees working custodial grounds and maintenance trade. For the full story on the university budget, challenges, and possible outsourcing, head to our website at uiargonaut.com. The TLC remains closed due to flooding in the building's basement, which was caused by a failure in the backwashing water filtration system. Dean of Students Blaine Eccles said that a portion of classes may resume in their TLC locations tomorrow. Reopening the building is contingent on the installation of a new transformer roughly the size of a projector screen. According to officials, the sump pumps for the filtration system failed to remove excess water from the backwashing system, causing 18 inches of water buildup in the basement and damaging a transformer. As reopening classrooms in the TLC is the university's top priority, non-academic ISUB events will be relocated or rescheduled to other buildings on campus through Thanksgiving. We have results from the Moscow City Council election on Tuesday. Maureen Laughlin, Anna Zabala, and Sandra Kelly took the top 3 spots in the 2019 Moscow City Council election polls. Each will serve a 4-year term. Laughlin, Zabala, and Kelly each pulled in more than double the number of votes, each earned by Brandon Mitchell, James Urquidez, and Kelsey Berenz. Unofficial numbers show Laughlin received the most votes at 4,379. Zabala was close behind with 4,288 votes, followed by Kelly, who received a total of 4,172. And for an in-depth look at the election results, head to the Argonaut's website at uiargonaut.com. In life news, students are in a constant state of stress and are always running on no sleep. Well, the University of Idaho has created a list of places to nap on campus during your most stressful days, and our Nicole Henberg went to each spot to test them out. 9 spots are named on the list, but Nicole added a surprise 10th spot. In last place is the admin lawn. Nicole said there were too many people to sleep there. Number 9 on the list was the ISUB. She said she tried before and never could fall asleep. The Cedar Grove, Albertsons Building, and Bruce Pittman Center were also tough for her. However, the Women's Center, Library, the Center, and Alice's room were all good places to sleep. She said it was very quiet and had comfy couches. In the end, Nicole says her favorite place to nap is with her dog, Oliver. Actors at the University of Idaho find themselves in a constant struggle when it comes to acting in a performance or in a theater class. Peyton Edmonds, a first-year theater major, explained to our Grace in Houston some of the physical requirements and risks involved with a performance. He said maintaining physical well-being is one of the biggest factors an actor must maintain. He said actors are always using their bodies to express emotion, so they must be in good physical condition. Edmonds said he takes trips to the gym about twice a week in order to stay physically fit and watches what he eats to prevent vocal cord danger. Many of the requirements for these actors can be physical, but possibly more is required of them mentally. Grace McGreevy, UI's second year, has dealt with some of those mental requirements. McGreevy played a scene where she was a young girl at her mother's funeral. She had to express the pain of loss with pure, unfiltered emotion without using dialogue. She said it's a painful thing to do. All in all, McGreevy said the things she has learned from the program are invaluable, and she loves the feeling of performance as she tells her audience the message. Each actor in the end agreed that through all of the tears, blood, and sweat, the outcome is well worth it. In sports, with the young University of Idaho volleyball team this season, senior libero Delaney Hopen has taken the reins of this team to lead on and off the court. After losing 6 seniors last season, Hopen has stepped up. Hopen's passion for the sport and competition has stemmed since the early parts of her childhood. Hopen started playing volleyball in 6th grade after a neighbor recommended she try it. The Shoreline, Washington native ended up in Idaho and has taken over as a defensive specialist playing libero for this 2019 season, but has played with the different team dynamics every year. Hopen said the switch from being the youngest to one of the oldest has been a big change. Head coach Debbie Buchanan said Hopen is very good at holding her team accountable. She said, quote, "To be a leader, you have to be able to tell your team some things that they sometimes don't want to hear, but she is able to fill that role because of the great relationships she has built with everyone." Buchanan said she is happy to have her on the team and is optimistic about where they will go in the future. A poor shooting night led to the Vandals women's basketball team dropping their season opener. The team 0-1 traveled to Stillwater, Oklahoma to start the 2019 season. Idaho allowed just 29 points in the first half, but the offensive only scored in single digits the first 2 quarters, going into halftime with just 17 points. Both teams came into the second half with a newfound rhythm. They were able to get open looks while still going against high-intensity defense. But the Cowgirls began to pull away, going into the fourth with a 49-27 lead. Idaho will make a quick pit stop in Moscow for its home opener before heading on a month-long road trip for a majority of their non-conference season. Idaho hosts Colorado State on November 13th at 6 p.m. In Opinion this week, Emily Pierce wrote about the University of Idaho's trouble-filled week. She talks about the budget cuts and the TLC closure, but she also mentions a few other things that are happening at the U of I. Emily, thanks for joining us this week. You mentioned something about an elevator in the Arts and Architecture building?
Yes, I did mention something about an elevator. The elevator in Art and Architecture South is broken, and from my understanding, the university has no means to fix it. This, of course, causes problems for students getting up to upper levels of that building, going to classes.
I want to ask you this. How do you think the university has been handling the TLC closure?
I think that the university is handling the TLC closure as well as they can handle any other building closure. A lot of classes that the university offers is held in the TLC, so there are a lot of difficulties when it comes to finding places around the university to put classrooms and hold classes in. Do I think they could hold it better? I think they're doing the best that they can.
Emily, thank you. That's this week's ArgoCast. I'm John Webb. Until we speak again, have a great week.